Amen. Tonight we are here to celebrate our pastor, the Reverend Dr. Dwight Riddick, for his coaching and his mentoring that he has provided to so many people. Come on, let's give it up. Amen, 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 amen. Man, in this particular movie, Denzel Washington played a coach who was hired, and he was hired to coach a high school football team, and it seemed like all of the odds were stacked against him. Because here he was in a school that was going through desegregation. Here he was trying to coach a team of players who had their racial differences, but yet Denzel Washington was able to overcome all of that and to win a championship. And so one of the coaches at the end of the movie, they even said, you know what, said, I know football, but you were the right man for the job. And so when I think about that, I think about 28 years ago when there was a group of individuals who started out on a mission, who didn't even have a church building of their own. And it seemed like all of their odds were stacked against them. And they called on this young man from Fentress, Virginia by the name of Dwight Riddick. And all of their odds seemed like it was stacked against them. But look, 28 years later, here we are in the transformation place. And somebody ought to testify that Dwight Riddick was the perfect man for the job. I mean, oftentimes we go through life and we wonder whether our living is in vain. But I want to let you know tonight, Pastor Riddick, that if you just look around and see the fruits of your labor, that not only have your ministry and your pastoral leadership impacted so many people in Gethsemane, but look behind you, look at all your flame and see how your ministry has impacted the ministry of others all about. Because it's your ministry that has been modeled by pastors that you have coached and you have mentored. So we salute you today for everything that you have done, everything that you have taught, and how you have mentored so many young preachers and pastors. Amen. I mean, I, as most of you know, I've just been recently elected as a pastor in a church outside of Petersburg, and I guess that's how it normally works, because, Pastor, I was going through a dry spell, the phone wasn't ringing, I mean, I wasn't getting a phone call whatsoever, but as soon as I was elected pastor of a church, that's when the phone started ringing. And so there was one church out of Richmond that called me, and I talked to them for a few and kind of brushed them off a little bit, and I forgot to call them back. And so he ended up calling me again the next week, and he said, listen, I don't want to bother you, but and I'm not trying to be a bother, but, we're certainly interested in you. And so that's when I went on and told him that, I had been elected as pastor of another church, and immediately he said, well, that's our loss. And so I wonder, and he said, listen, he said, I'm going to tell you this. He said, you are at the top of our list of candidates. And so I wonder, because here was a church, never heard me preach, never heard me teach, never heard me do anything. And then he went on to say, you are at the top of our list of candidates just because of the fact that you came out of Gethsemane Baptist Church. He said, listen, he say, we know your pastor. He said, and if you've been sitting under Pastor Riddick, we know that he has taught you well, and we know that you are good fruit. And I don't know about you with Gethsemane, but that gave me chills inside, knowing that I have a spiritual father that is so well respected that there's favor over my life just because of who my daddy is. If I was preaching, somebody would have missed it. Because I'm pretty sure there's somebody in here who have had some favor over their life when stuff just started happening to you, not because of who you are, not because of what you've done, not because of who your name is, but because of who your daddy is. Before I go on, I want to just say this, Pastor. It was April of this year, and I had the pleasure of going and sitting at the feet of Dr. Gardner C. Taylor as a Gardner C. Taylor scholar in my doctoral studies. And those of you who may know, Dr. Gardner C. Taylor is considered the dean of black preachers. I mean, he is the master theologian, one of the greatest preachers of all time. And there I was sitting with my cohort group there in in the nursing home there in North Carolina, and so they had explained to us that Dr. Taylor, here is a cohort group from United Theological Seminary. They are the Garden C. Taylor Scholars. They're the ones that will carry on your name and your legacy, doing what all that you believed and done while you were active in ministry. And so there he was in his 90s, and he looked up at us and he said, well, he said, I just got one question for them. He said, how then shall they carry my name? And when he said that, I mean, it just blew us all away. Because there he was asking, how then shall they carry my name? And what he was saying is, what shall they do to represent what he stood for, and what shall they do to carry on his name and legacy? And leading up to this pastoral anniversary, I thought about my spiritual father, Dr. Dwight Riddick, and realizing that we are a reflection of our pastor. We are a flame. We are a reflection of our spiritual father in the ministry. And I thought, what better way to honor him tonight, to let him know how then shall I carry his name? I mean, how shall I carry his name? I will carry your name, Pastor, by being a servant leader. I would carry your name by not only being a good preacher, because you taught me that a good preacher is a dime a dozen, but it takes a good leader. You know, that's what you taught me, Pastor. How shall I carry your name? I will carry your name by being humble, not exalting myself, but always exalting God, because that's what you taught me, Pastor. How shall I carry my name? I will carry your name by being intentional about ministry, because that's what you taught me. How shall I carry your name, Pastor? I will carry your name by being a leader with character, because you can lead without character, but you won't be a leader worth following. That's how I will carry your name, Pastor. How shall I carry your name? I will carry your name by being a pastor who will never stop studying and reading and trying to better myself in the ministry, because that's what you taught me, Pastor. How shall I carry your name? I should carry your name by being a pastor who understands that ministry takes place outside of the four walls, and that you must be concerned about the community in which you live, because that's what you taught me, Pastor. I should carry your name by being a leader who understands that sometimes that you got to stand alone for what's right, because that's what you taught me, Pastor. How shall I carry your name? I should carry your name by understanding that everybody won't love you, but you still must do what is pleasing in God's sight. Because that's what you taught me, Pastor. How shall I carry your name? By being a pastor who will care for the needs of the people, even if it means going into my own pockets. Because that's what you taught me, Pastor. You taught me that a pastor will lead with a spirit of excellence. That's how I carry your name. How shall I carry your name? By being a pastor who is Christ-centered and kingdom-focused. That's how I should carry your name. How shall you carry my name? Well, I should carry your name by being a pastor who will stand strong in the grace of God. That's how I should carry your name. How shall you carry my name? I will carry your name, Pastor, by being one who will stand up because he has something to say and not just to say something. Because that's what you taught me, Pastor. And I thank you for all the lessons that you taught me. I thank you for showing me what ministry looks like. I thank you for showing me what great pastorship looks like. Because you have shown and you have coached and you have mentored so many people. And we just want to say thank you and that we love you for all that you have done. And before I take my seat, because there is one other thing that Pastor taught me. He taught me how to close a sermon. Because y'all know, can't nobody close a sermon like Pastor Riddick. I mean, you know, when he put that hand on his head like that and he get to put his feet down, you know he get ready to close it. And because you taught me how to close a sermon, Pastor, if I was closing right now, I would say that I would carry your name well. But there is another name that I must carry. Because that's what you taught me. That name that is above every name. That name that at the mention of it, every knee shall bow and every tongue shall confess. I will carry that name well, Pastor, because you taught me that all I do to preach Jesus. In season and out of season, preach Jesus. When you feel like it and when you don't feel like it, preach Jesus. Even when you know folks have talked about you, still preach Jesus to them. Because that's what you taught me, Pastor. And I just want to say thank you and I love you, Pastor. And I just want to say to be steadfast, unmovable, always abounding in the works of the Lord. And know that your labor will not be in vain. God bless you.